Okay, so, okay, that's probably better. Hey guys, my name is Diane, and I'm making videos about real life stories about love, family, um, about life. Um, uh, Basically, I'm making this video because it's necessary for me, for my growth, for my mental health as well, because I think I'm going like a little crazy. The reason why I say that is because I feel like I keep getting in situations where, excuse me, where I'm not getting like a handle on my life. Like I feel like so many things have occurred in my life that makes me feel like something is following me. I feel like uh, somebody is sending like bad vibes or something my way. I don't know. I don't want to believe in none of that stuff. I don't believe in iniquity or anything. I do believe in black love. I don't have no problem with other people, whatever. This is just my avenue. This is me venting. This is me talking about my personal things. I have no my whole point of my videos would just be about Diane and the dynamics of my life, the things that I'm going through, and I just want to share. I really feel that it probably would help someone. It's definitely going to help me because I'm able to vent and talk, and then get, whether it's good or bad comments. I'm willing to deal with, the constructive criticism of what I'm about to share with the world. So here it goes. So I just recently lost my job. I didn't tell anybody, so whoever sees this video, they're probably gonna be like, I thought she was working and everything's going good or whatever. I mean, things were going good. But I had like 2 call outs in a probationary period or whatever, but it was good reason. And I guess, whatever. But I have been going through a lot of things mentally where I'm doubting myself. I feel worthless. I feel like I'm supposed to be at a certain point in my life right now, and I feel like I'm not. I'm struggling with that avenue. I love my education. I just had a lot of situations that happened to me. I moved around a lot. I've, been in a lot of different states, moving around where my family's like, oh, you're not stable. These kids need a stable place. But I feel like this big planet rock. Why would I not want to explore and not want to see where I feel like, is home, or where I feel like, excuse me, I'm sorry. I thought it was a little fuzzy because this looks so, excuse me. That's better. Yeah, it must have been oil in my phone. So yeah, you could see me much better. It was fuzzy. So yeah, so basically, I really thought I had something, but I hadn't heard from the person in like 2 days. And I feel like it's something about me. I was supposed to get married last year, and that didn't even happen because I ended up getting robbed and I didn't have any ID. And the gentleman now, we never, because we promised to like get married right away or whatever, and that never happened. So yeah. I have been married before, all for the wrong reasons. Again, another bad decision, I feel. But like I said, I just feel like there's something about me that I'm missing, and this is why I'm sharing. I don't know. Here comes my children. I don't know what in my life I feel like has to be fixed, or for me to feel like I have order. because right now I feel like I have a lot of catastrophes, a lot of chaotic energy, a lot of bad things that has been following me. I feel like it's an omen in a way. I do share, oh, it's so dark. I do share a lot of my personal business with strangers. I tend to talk a lot, and that is my, that's my other bad thing, where my daughters, they be like, "Ma, you have to tell people everything and stop being so nice and stop trusting people, whatever." My daughter has good perception on people, whatever, and she ends up to be right, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, oh shucks, and but sometimes I'm stubborn and I end up still trying to go forward, even though I know in my heart that might not work, but I just have this thing about me that I'm always want to seek it out, and it could be a lot of red flags and I'm still wanting to seek it out. I don't know what is the problem, but I do it because I feel like sometimes you can't just jump the gun, and maybe sometimes people make mistakes and things happen, whatever, so you just try to overlook that aspect, and you try to work through things. And even though it might seem senseless to some people on the outside looking in, you yourself just doesn't want to give up, so you try to long haul, you try to keep continuously see if there's something that's gonna happen. You don't want to just not work it out. But but anyway, I'm feeling a bit heartbroken at this moment because it's been like 2 days I haven't heard from this gentleman, and I really thought this was like some big spectacular love connection. I really thought that me and this guy would have been, I guess maybe I said too much, I don't know. I asked him if I could put him on Facebook because I was happy to share. I just shouldn't have put it on blast, but who wouldn't want to show somebody that's like making you so extremely happy, and you're feeling like, oh my God, this would never happen to me. I never thought I would be able to be connected with somebody like with all aspects, physically, socially, the doom and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have. So I was so in awe of the emotions that I was experiencing. So it was giving me this adrenaline rush where I was like, oh my God, this beautiful black man, he chose me. I seen him, I made a move, because sometimes people say, you make the move because you never know. And that was the first time I actually like just gave somebody my number without the gentleman courting me. So I just felt like this was something that, I should have been doing a long time ago, because if I knew that just by me making a move, me seeing a beautiful man, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna, say something to him, and it happened to be something I was very sensual, passionate connection that I probably, I guess my problem is that I get so hopeful because I'm so optimistic, and I'm always thinking that, this gentleman is the next best thing, and we're inseparable, and this is going to be my man for life, and we're going to be husband and wife and have a beautiful life, and then boom, it's like you don't hear from this person, and then they don't say anything to you, and you're just like, and I'm a person out. Like, I try to curb myself. I try to pump my brakes in a way where I try to give a little, because I'm trying to figure out like where I am at with this gentleman. But like me, I feel like sometimes people have to speak their minds. If I'm not doing something and you want me to do something, then tell me, because I'm not a person, I don't like to pop up at people's homes or just go because you say I'm your girlfriend, that you might not want me to be at your house. And I don't feel like I should have popped up. And it was one thing he said, like, oh, you told me you was going to bring dinner and you didn't bring dinner or whatever. And he said it with an attitude, but I was like, I was supposed to just pop up at your house and bring dinner, and you didn't. You just told me you're tired off of work. And, so I'm being very considerate at this point, and I'm trying to maneuver myself around the schedule. And at the time when I was working, because this was another, embarrassing thing, the fact that I wasn't work, I got fired and I had to tell him and all this stuff or whatever. And I felt like, oh, that's probably going to be an unattractive look, because he's probably going to be like, oh, I thought she was about her business, and she's not about her business. So, maybe he went to the next best thing or whatever. Hey, that's life. And I'm used to that kind of rejection. And it's sad that some of us females experience guys just faded, like the fade out. I call it the fade out, where like you're texting them and you're calling them and they don't pick up the phone, they don't answer the text, and then eventually you try for like 3, 4, 5 days or whatever, however long. I go hard, and I went one time, I went for a month and I got nothing, and I was like, damn girl, you mad desperate. And it made me laugh to myself, because I was like, what the heck is going on here? Why is he not saying anything? And I always thought that when you pour your heart out, I'm such in a fantasy world. When you pour your heart out to somebody, you telling them that my voice is a little bit shaky, because I'm still feeling, and I don't want to cry because I'm so emotional. And that sucks, because I know a lot of people don't like when people are emotional. And 2018, it's like so many cold people out there, where if you be too emotional, everybody's like, get out your feelings, or you a depressive person, or why you so, and I ask a lot of questions because I want to know if I'm doing the right thing. And I guess that's probably a turnoff or annoying to guys, because they're like, damn, she's always asking questions. She's always trying to figure out what's going on. She sounds insecure. She sounds like she has low self-esteem or whatever. And I am a critic of myself. I don't mind being honest. I'm self-conscious about a lot of shit. I don't know who's not self-conscious about themselves. And if they do have confidence with themselves, I applaud you, because that's a beautiful attribute to have, characteristic, to be, a person that has no fear. You're confident. You walk with, you walk in stride and keep your head up, and you have a lot of, prestige about yourself, and pride, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that or whatever. But at the same token, you shouldn't bash somebody because you feel like that person is too emotional, or that person is a certain kind of way. So getting right to the point is that right now I feel so lost, because prior to the situation, I had something similar where a gentleman had put his hand on my daughter. And the situation is so weird, because it's like, I had thought we had something, and then it turned out to be like I got homeless, and this gentleman was in my life, and he had promised that he was going to do so much for my kids and all this stuff. And my kids was like, this guy, mom, is full of it or whatever, and he's not going to do anything he said he was going to do. And like I said, so my point is why I talked about that other situation besides the one I was just telling you guys, is because I see it's a pattern with me, that they're quick to drop me. And I think it's because I'm doing too much too soon. Maybe I make them feel like they're not man enough, because I'm an independent person. And the only reason why I'm an independent person to the point where it might make somebody feel intimidated about how I handle my situations and my business is because I don't feel like I want to depend on somebody. If I do, it would probably be like my mom, my sister, a family member, where I don't feel embarrassed about asking to borrow money. But if it's a guy I'm talking to, a guy I'm in a relationship with, and he offers to do something, that's fine. And I'm like, cool, I hope that didn't go in your budget or whatever. Because I'm the type of person, like, I don't mind, like, you know, if we have to split the bills. And I know times is hard or whatever. And I know it being me being old school, you know, people have other situations. People have things that happen to them. So they don't have